What is up, guys? And in today's video I will be giving my Child's Play franchise ranking. Tomorrow is the TV series, so I thought I would continue my Child's Play videos and give you guys a ranking. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you do hit that like button. Let me know your ranking in the comments below. Before I do hop into this video, I want to say one thing real quick about the TV series tomorrow. Once we get that TV series tomorrow, how I will be reviewing all the episodes is week by week. So obviously tomorrow is episode 1, so obviously you will see my review for episode 1 tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, we are getting the TV series tomorrow. I'm very excited for it. Can't wait to review all the episodes. Once I have reviewed all the episodes, I will do a full thoughts and breakdown on it. Let's hop right into this ranking, with number 8 being Seed of Chucky. Not a surprise here. I think a lot of people and a lot of Chucky fans can agree with me. Seed of Chucky is one of the worst. I can understand if you are a fan of this movie, but for me personally, being a die-hard fan, Seed of Chucky is the worst. I can't even call it a spoof because it's a bad joke. They make Chucky a joke, and he's not even scary in this. With Bride, I will talk more about Bride in a minute. But what made Bride work was his dark humor. I always compare Bride of Chucky to Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Why it worked so well, because of that dark humor. And then with Seed of Chucky, I just feel like they took that comedy and was like, okay, let's just turn this up all the way to the max. And guess what? It didn't work. I can understand why Don Mancini may be very close to this film. This was his first directing debut. But let's be honest, he killed the franchise with this one. So I'm not gonna speak too much on this film because again, you can watch my review on it and see how I feel about it. So yeah, number 7 is Cult of Chucky. Cult of Chucky. Why is this at number 7? The thing with Cult of Chucky, is it a bad movie? It's yes and no. I think that's the best way to describe Cult of Chucky. It's bad and it's also very good. But not quite very good, and you will see my reasons why. The things that make Cult of Chucky good, I do like that it's fun. There are some scenes where you can, unlike Seed, there are some moments here in Cult where you can kind of laugh. Like the whole scene where Chucky is with that woman in the hallway. I thought that was a very funny scene. So there, again, unlike Seed, in Cult, there are some things to laugh at, but it's still not the greatest movie. And the biggest problem for Cult for me, it kind of leans toward, too much to Seed's tone. It almost goes there, and you could tell, to me at least, Don Mancini really wanted to go there. He really wanted to go with that Seed approach, but he knew us fans wasn't like that, and the movie would flop. So he had to go in the, semi in the direction that we wanted. I do think the score is okay in Cult. The whole 3 Chuckies is very cool. It sounds cool, right? 3 Chuckies is cool, right? Sounds cool at least. But the way it's written and the way it's executed, I think it's horrible. Voodoo'sForDummies.com. I'm sorry, but to me, that's a little lazy, knowing that Don wrote all these movies and knowing he could do way better, and he chooses Voodoo'sForDummies.com. So yeah, supposedly too, which it is confirmed, the 3 Chuckies will be back in the TV series. I hope the 3 Chuckies is explained better than Voodoo'sForDummies.com. So yeah, number 7 is Cult of Chucky. I think it's bad, and it's also kind of good because, it's at least fun. It's at least watchable, but it messes too much with the lore and everything. Just like C did, again, it throws all the logic and everything out the window, and it doesn't answer your question. And I don't think the TV series will. Why does Chucky need a body all of a sudden? Don Mancini really wants to keep Seed of Chucky canon, for whatever reason that may be. I don't understand Don Mancini's reasons for keeping Seed canon, but he wants it canon. So if it's canon, okay, then why does Chucky need Nika's body in Cult? I never understood that. I never really wrapped my head around that. Could I be overthinking it? Sure, it's just a movie. But when you set something up in a previous movie, why isn't it continued? So all of a sudden, Colt, now Chucky needs a body. I mean, I have my own theories about it, but I'm sure it would never be explained. So yeah. Number 6 may actually be surprising, but that is the Child's Play remake. Now, I'm going to say it right here, and I may actually get some hate for this, but it's my opinion. I don't understand the hate for the Child's Play 2019. I don't get the hate for it. I think it's a solid, decent Child's Play movie. You could be a fan of the original, like I am, and you could be a fan of the remake, like I am. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of both. I said it on the day that it came out, that you could be a fan of both. There's totally nothing wrong with that. That I've said it before. You know, I think Child's Play 2019 is something that all remakes should do, and that's just tell a new story, and that's what it does. Sure, Chucky's look may not be the greatest in some scenes, but in some scenes I think he looks really good. You can't deny the Child's Play 2019 score is probably one of the best scores that we've had since Child's Play 2. It's a really iconic and memorable score, and again, it's really a good movie in my personal opinion, and supposedly there is a director's cut, which I would love to see of Child's Play 2019, and I would even like more of this world explored, hopefully in the future. So, and again, I've thought about this. I think it'd be so cool. It probably will never happen, but why not do a Chucky and Buddy crossover? I think that could be easily explained, easily written, but probably will never happen. But I would love to see that. Number 5 is Curse of Chucky. I love Curse of Chucky. I don't think Curse of Chucky's perfect, but it's way better than Seed and way better than Cole. Curse of Chucky was a great return to form after whatever Seed was. To be honest, I don't really know what Seed was. So number 5, like I said, is Curse. I think Curse is just a great return to form, an amazing score. At this point, one of the best scores since Child's Play 2. A very good and iconic score. Love the score. Sure, I'm not a fan of the CGI Chucky, but it is what it is. I am more of a fan of the Stitch Chucky and Curse of Chucky. I think the Stitch look really fits with this movie and the whole tone that Don is going for. Sure, like all of Chucky's stitches aren't there, and there is like a canon issue there, but I can overlook it. Maybe he didn't take all of the prosthetics off. I can overlook it, because I do love me some Curse of Chucky. Even though it's not the best in the franchise, it's still really solid, and it's just a great return to form. And I personally think Curse of Chucky should have been put in the cinemas, or at least for a limited run. And again, I really like the stitched look in Curse of Chucky. I think it really suits and fits this movie well. You know, this whole movie, Don Mancini, said like this movie's, very gothic and stuff like that. The Stitch look really fits this movie, and I kind of wish Chucky had a Stitch look throughout this whole movie in some way, but I know that probably wouldn't have fitted the story, so I do get that. So yeah, number 4 may actually surprise people that it's so high up now, but I think I said it in the past that it was going to move up a little bit. And that is number 4, Child's Play 3. Been on my channel for a while, Child's Play 3, I love it, but also I kind of don't like it. And I've said my piece on that, because you could tell the film was very rushed. You could tell Don Mancini didn't get to do what he wanted to do. You could tell he wanted to take a year or maybe a 3-year break from the franchise, but he was quickly rushed to Child's Play 3. But I think Child's Play 3 is just as good as Child's Play 2 or 1. Yes, again, Child's Play 3 feels very rushed, and Child's Play 2 got there first with a lot of things, but Child's Play 3, I like the carnival scene. I wish the carnival scene was a little bit more extended. I kind of like Chucky's look here. Sure, he kind of looks, fat in some scenes, but I do like his look for the most part in this. I think he has some of the best one-liners in this, some really cool scenes, just some really cool stuff in Child's Play 3. And I personally think Child's Play 3 needs some more appreciation. The score, I know some people are a fan of the score. The fan, not really a huge fan of the score. I think the opening is really cool and really solid. Love that opening. But yeah, number 3 is Child's Play 1988. I love Child's Play 1988. I think Child's Play 1988, it's strange to me that this one doesn't get enough credit and enough recognition. Yes, Child's Play 2, which I will talk about in a minute, is, a better film, but Child's Play 1988 it's awesome. Like Child's Play 1988, there's some really awesome stuff going for it. You got to think it's oppressive, from the animatronics to the look of the to the look of Chucky, the way they filmed the movie. It's very oppressive for what he was able to do in 1988 or late 1987, whenever they started filming this. It was really oppressive for what they was able to do in the 80s. I think that's super oppressive, and the whole, and I don't hear nobody talking about it enough, but the whole aging of Chucky, I think that is so cool, seeing Chucky age throughout the movie and his just look changing, his hair, everything changes. I think it would have made so much sense if they would have brought that back for Child's Play 2, and just how he would have looked. I think he would have looked so much more evil in Child's Play 2. But yeah, number 3 is Child's Play 1988. I think it's a really solid one in the entry. I don't think it's enough talk. Probably for good reason, but I think Child's Play 1988 is a classic. It deserves that spot, with Halloween and Psycho being one of the classics, in my personal opinion. And I think it was impressive from what they did, from the animatronics to the practical effects, from really everything. You could tell Dom Mancini, Dev Kirshner, Tom Holland, but especially Dom Mancini, was really passionate about this project, and you could tell that. And there are so many cool deleted scenes to this as well, that we may not ever get to see because they're just photos and stuff. I would love to see a director's cut of this one as well, just like the remake. I would love to see a director's cut of Child's Play 1988. I would love to see that, of having all this deleted scenes, like the one scene where Chucky, where Andy shows Chucky his train, and the whole original opening of Child's Play 1988, where it was going to extend that scene where Mike Norris had to disguise himself as a woman. I would love to see these scenes. There was going to be more scenes with the voodoo doctor. It's sad to say that these scenes may be lost, or they may have gotten destroyed. It's really a shame that we may never get to see the whole director's cut of this movie. And I'm sure not a lot of people may know that, yes, there's a director's cut of the 1988 and Child's Play 2019. So there's something that you may not know. So you probably learned something in this ranking, that yes, we do have a director's cut of the remake and the original. There's probably more of a chance of seeing the remake director's cut, but we shall see. Number 2 may be controversial because I put this above the original. Number 2 is Bride of Chucky. I love Bride of Chucky. For what Cult was trying to do, I get what Cult was trying to do, but I think Bride does it way better. And what I mean is just being a fun, just not taking yourself too seriously and just going all there with it. Bride of Chucky works for me. I know some people are hating on this movie now for whatever reason, but I love me some Bride of Chucky. It's, between Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky, it was my most watched as a kid, and it's still my most watched till this day. I love Bride of Chucky, and I remember them playing this one on Sci-Fi a lot as a kid. So, number 2, Bride of Chucky. I love Bride of Chucky. There's some really cool one-liners of Chucky. Tiffany, I love the character Tiffany. I prefer her in this over Seed. I've said my piece on that before. But yeah, number 2, Bride of Chucky. Again, love the character Tiffany. I like the score. I think Ronnie Yu and Dom Mancini have great chemistry. You could tell, you could tell they had a good chemistry. They was on that right track together of what they wanted to do with this film. Because Ronnie Yu did direct this, and he also directed Freddy vs. Jason. But yeah, number 2, Bride of Chucky. I love Bride of Chucky. I think it's the funnest one out of all of them. Some really cool kills. Tiffany is really a highlight of this movie. I love Chucky's look in this. I forgot who said it best, but I said it in my review as well. His whole stitched look, his scarred look, whatever you feel like calling it, is almost like containing the evil within Chucky. I love that. I forgot what YouTuber said that, but I think that's the best way to put Chucky's look in Bride of Chucky. It's containing the evil. I love the opening scene of Rob Zombie's Living Dead Girl and Tiffany putting back Chucky. And the whole amulet. I know that bothers some people, but I personally can just buy into, oh, he had the amulet. Okay, I can buy that. I wish Curse would have, played more into that illusion that he had. The amulet, I've said it before, in that scene in Cursed Chucky where he had Nika's mom and he had all the flowers around him. I wish he did have the amulet around his neck. But yeah, in Bride of Chucky, the whole amulet, I can buy it. Bride of Chucky, I don't think Bride of Chucky gets looked at like this, but it's a road trip movie with Chucky and Tiffany. How can that not sound fun? It's just a fun, entertaining movie. I always laugh at the scene where Tiffany's making cookies for Chucky. I don't know why, I just find that funny to me. There's just little things in this movie that I just love, down to the littlest things I love about this movie. The pacing is really good to me. And number 1 is Child's Play 2. I was really thinking about putting Bride of Chucky as my number 1 because I'll be honest, Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky go like this for me personally. But as of this ranking, Child's Play 2 is number 1. I love Child's Play 2. I think a lot of people will agree with me. Child's Play 2 is one of the best ones in the whole franchise. It's one of the best Chucky looks. You got some of the best and the most iconic scenes of the whole franchise. Some really cool stuff. And just small details of Chucky bleeding as he becomes more alive with the doll. Small detail I really wish they would have kept. I think it would have been awesome if they would have brought that back in Cult to explore more things, but they didn't. But the whole Chucky bleeding from the nose, a small detail, but I think it goes a long way. The whole ending was really awesome. The opening to the ending was really cool. So I love Child's Play 2, and again, deserves a spot with Halloween and Psycho and all of them as being one of the classics. So yeah, Child's Play 2 is my number 1. So what I want to know in the comments below from you guys is, what is your Child's Play ranking looking like? What is your ranking? Let me know all that in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know, will you be checking out the Chucky TV series tomorrow? I'll catch you guys in the next video.